Every month, this man goes into the woods and asks his wife to chain him up. Sounds kinky? Trust me, the truth is far more terrifying than meets the eye. A woman wanders through the dark forest carrying a burning torch and calls out for her husband. Suddenly, she sees something horrifying and screams in terror. Moments later, the poor woman becomes prey to a monstrous creature. A young girl named Willow is building a small wooden house for her toys. She has asthma, so she has to carry a portable tank and often wear an oxygen mask. Willow looks through the window and sees her parents, Imogen and Noah, getting ready to leave. For some reason, they're taking a pig in a cage with them. Curious, Willow secretly follows her parents and watches as they head deep into the forest. She's soon spotted by her grandfather, Waylon, who sternly tells her to go back home. We see that Willow's family lives in a large, fortified estate, more like an old palace or a fortress than a regular home. It's hidden away in the countryside and surrounded on all sides by dense woods. Later, Imogen returns. Waylon scolds her for being late, though it's not even dark yet. The woman looks completely exhausted. That night, Willow eavesdrops on a conversation between her mother and grandfather. She realizes they're keeping secrets from her. Moreover, they're trying to protect her from something. The family sits down for dinner, but Willow has no appetite at all. A strange sound comes from outside, but her mother calmly insists it's just a fox. That night, Willow hears the strange noises again. She quietly creeps down the stairs and peeks into her father's room. It's him, making awful sounds, somewhere between a wheeze and a hiccup, and then he starts to transform into a monster. Thankfully, it's just a nightmare. The next morning, Imogen brings Noah back and tells Grandpa Waylon that the man has lost control. Willow tries to act like everything is normal, but inside she's terrified and burning with curiosity. She sees her mother scrubbing red stains out of her father's clothes. Willow demands an explanation, but her mother sends her away. That night, the girl overhears her parents talking and finds out that Noah is getting worse. A new day begins. Willow and her mother drive into town, leaving Grandpa to watch over Noah. The girl stares silently out the window the whole way. Imogen pulls over to change clothes. Willow catches a glimpse of bruises and scratches on her mother's body. Imogen lets her daughter take the wheel. Willow lights up with joy, and for a brief moment, all the family's dark secrets seem to fade. At that time, mother and daughter look truly happy. In town, Imogen buys Willow a beautiful yellow dress. They return home late at night. Noah is waiting with a smile. He snatches the daughter's dress playfully and pretends to be a wolf. But Willow doesn't laugh. These games don't feel funny. They feel terrifying. As night falls, Willow's mother comes into her room and tells the girl that she and Dad have to leave again. They take another cage with a pig and head off toward the deep, dark forest. We see Willow quietly sneaking after them, determined to finally uncover the secret her parents have been hiding. Deep in the woods stands an ancient crypt. Noah takes off his clothes and Imogen chains him up, locking the grate that leads down into the crypt. Suddenly, she spots Willow in the trees and shouts at her to stay away from her father. The girl doesn't listen and witnesses in horror as Noah begins to transform. A desperate squeal of the pig rings out. Willow gasps for breath and loses consciousness because of the lack of oxygen. Imogen carries her home and puts the oxygen mask onto her face. After a while, Willow comes to her senses. Her parents pretend nothing happened. They all sit down for dinner. Grandpa tries to comfort the girl. Willow refuses to speak to her mother or father. She locks herself in her room and rips apart the yellow dress her mom bought her. She remembers the happy times they once shared, and a deep sadness fills her heart. In the middle of the night, Waylon bursts into Willow's room and orders the girl to pack her belongings immediately. They try to drive away, but Imogen jumps out in front of the car, forcing it to stop. She yanks Waylon from the driver's seat. Noah is there too. A fight breaks out between the two men. Imogen demands that Waylon leave their home by morning and never come back. The next day, Noah offers to take Willow for a drive. She refuses at first, but the man insists. They return to the old forest, the place where Noah has spent so many nights dining on unlucky pigs, and head to the crypt. There, Noah shows the girl the chains and finally tells her the truth. All the men in his bloodline turn into werewolves once a month. Long ago, Noah's grandmother followed her husband into the woods, and it didn't end well for her. It's their story we saw at the very beginning of the film. Noah calls himself a monster. He admits he's a coward, too afraid to take his own life, even though he knows how much pain he brings to his family. Willow hugs Noah. Now that she knows the truth, the fear is gone. She finally understands that, despite everything, her father always tried to protect her and be the best dad he could. Willow watches her father chopping wood and asks him to give her an axe. Noah responds that it's not a job for little girls. The man claims these woods belong to him. He's the real king here. Then Noah asks Willow to swear an oath to the forest and her family. With that, he declares her the princess of these lands. After that, Noah and Willow sit down for a sandwich snack. The man goes to get some tea, spots his wife's shirt left in the car, smells it, and suddenly becomes furious. He yells at Willow and tells his daughter to get back in the car now. At home, Noah confronts Imogen in a jealous rage. She swears she hasn't done anything wrong. To calm him down, she once again drives her husband deep into the forest so that he can have his usual meal, another unlucky pig. The next day, Willow notices that her mother has mended the yellow dress she tore. It's Willow's birthday, and her mom has baked her a cake. Willow makes a wish and blows out the candles. Noah gives her a toy car and some miniature pigs for her dollhouse. But the best gift comes from her beloved grandfather. He shows up and surprises her with a real, fluffy puppy. Willow and Noah play outside with the new pet, while Imogen and Waylon quietly watch from the porch. The family looks truly happy again, but will it last long? The next day, Noah is out in the woods again, chopping firewood. The full moon is getting closer, and his condition is getting worse. Willow stays home, working on new pieces for her toy dollhouse. She rolls a tiny car across the table, while once again, the real family car heads deep into the forest. Same crypt, same chains, another screaming pig. Imogen swears to her husband that she still loves him just as much as before. Back at home, Willow reenacts the whole scene with her dolls. The full moon rises. Willow hears her father's voice. He's calling out from behind the door, begging her to let him in. She reaches for the miniature front door of her toy house, accidentally breaks it, and drives a sharp wooden splinter into her finger. And then, her body begins to transform. Luckily, it's only another nightmare. Gasping for air, Willow reaches for her oxygen mask. The tank falls to the floor, and the girl crawls after it. She grabs the mask and gulps down a deep breath of oxygen. The girl pours herself a glass of water and hears the strange sound again. Apparently, Noah has broken free from the crypt and is knocking on the gates now. The girl intends to let her father in, but Waylon sends her back to bed. He tells his granddaughter it's just the wind. Willow knows he's lying. Still, she curls up under her blanket and tries to sleep. Imogen discovers that Waylon has been carrying a pistol all this time. Furious, she takes the gun from the old man, assuming he's planning to kill Noah. Just then, Willow starts gasping for air again, but this time she loses consciousness. The oxygen tank is empty. Imogen races to get a spare tank, but on her way back, she stumbles and falls to the ground. Meanwhile, Noah tries to break down the gates. Imogen screams at him to stay back. She grabs the tank, but loses the gun, which lands under a nearby tree. The woman manages to save her daughter, but Noah is already storming toward the house. Waylon orders them to hide immediately. The old man tries to hold the door shut, but one powerful blow from Noah sends him flying. Waylon crashes into a wall, landing on a pair of mounted antlers. Noah steps into the house. Imogen covers Willow's mouth as they both freeze in terror. A quiet dog's whimpering breaks the silence. Imogen whispers that they have to get out. A low, savage growl echoes through the hallway. It's Noah, or rather, what's left of him. The man is gone. What remains is a monster. Willow and her mother spot Waylon. He's badly wounded, but still alive. They promise to save the old man. The mother and daughter make it out of the house and run to their pickup truck. Imogen tells Willow to wait inside while she rushes back for Waylon. She drags the old man toward the basement. Unfortunately, they're too loud and attract Noah's attention. Imogen and Waylon try to break open the grate and get outdoors. Willow helps them do it. The family piles into the truck. For some reason, the engine won't start. There's no time to fix it, so Imogen grabs Willow and runs out of the yard. Waylon stays behind the gate to hold Noah off one last time. The mother and daughter sprint through the dark forest. Willow starts to suffocate again. Thankfully, they brought the oxygen tank. Imogen tells Willow to wait behind a tree and quietly heads off to scout the area. When the woman walks just a few steps away, Noah captures the girl. He drags his prey back to the crypt. Imogen races after them and pleads with her husband to let their daughter go. She tries to soothe him, hoping that the man she once knew will break through the monster. Noah pulls his wife into an embrace, but it's far too tight. Willow remembers all the best moments she shared with her dad. Their life was full of light and laughter. He truly loved his family. But it is no longer Noah. Claws extend from his hands. Imogen looks at her daughter and asks her to run. Willow rips off her oxygen mask and screams, "No!" She hurls a kerosene lantern and starts a small fire. Willow remembers the vow her father made her take. She must protect their family. The girl grabs the oxygen tank and turns it into a flamethrower. The werewolf howls in pain and fury as the flames consume him. Then he collapses to the ground. Imogen wraps her daughter in a trembling embrace. We see that the family has decided to move far away from this place. While Willow reads a book, Imogen packs their belongings. The girl thinks back not to the good times, but to the bad ones. The truth is, her father had always been angry, jealous, harsh, sometimes cruel, even when he was just a man. And then we learn the darkest truth of all. That night in the crypt, it wasn't the monster who attacked Imogen. It was Noah himself. There never was a werewolf in this story. The creature Willow burned was just a man, her father, because the real beast was within him all along.